Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to Mind Your Crypto. Today we have Bitcoin Daily Update. We are going to see the next targets and of course we are going to see the Ethereum against Bitcoin chart and the BTC dominance. Before we begin, I hope that you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. That's it. Let's go right now and see the next price targets. So what do we have right now with BTC and Ethereum against Bitcoin chart? You can see that we bounced back from the 28.7k again. This is very crucial. Okay, the fact that we remained having two buying pressures upon a very important support line is good. Okay, so the 31.8k is the next price target, still remains, and it will actually, and it can go there pretty easily. The difficult part and what separates many people around the world that are doing technical analysis or at least trying to do is after. Okay, what are we going to do, for example, in the next weeks? Are we going to go down towards the 23k? Are we going to have the 80% plus correction? Because if we are about to have that and we are repeating the history, then always remember that we cannot do that, okay? Because according to history, yes, we are going down, correcting, let's say more than 80%, but never the low of a cycle touches the previous all-time high. Okay, always have that in your mind. So if you want to go according to the history, we cannot go down 80% right now. Okay, so what is next? If we take the historical cycles right there in the history and we type right here BTC all time, okay, you can easily find the all-time history index in the settings. We go to the logarithmic scale, we are going to the monthly frame, and here it is. You can see that every time we had an 84% correction, an 87 right here, and of course a 93.75 back on the 2011 and between the 2011 and the 2011. It was a very quick cycle. We had an 80% correction, 93 and 84, and right now what we are going to do is to go having a correction of around more than 80%. But if we are going to have a correction towards the 12k or 13k, we are not following all the rules of the previous cycle. For example, this low never achieved the previous all-time high, and this low never achieved the previous all-time high right here. So eventually we are we are evaluating this rule right there, okay, and we do not follow it. So therefore, what I believe it will happen is one thing, that we are going probably after the 31.8k to fill this lower shadow, to fill this gap right here, and eventually maybe going to the 24k. From there we are going to get even higher. This is the more standard pattern for me personally, because if I didn't have to follow the previous rules, what I would do right here is that I would follow this nicely harmonic cipher pattern. Okay, from the bottom part back on the Evergrande episode to the top onto the May 2021, to the bottom here on 21st June, and to the top on 8 November 2021. And you can see that the deep point would have to go all the way down until this number becomes the 0.786. So I would slightly move it a little bit higher. There we go. The 17.7 to 17.8k. Of course, if I didn't have to take into consideration the previous cycles, then I would say that Bitcoin will go down there, find the exact buying pressure upon this line, maybe a little bit of a lower shadow kicking off, but we will find and close above here, and eventually this will be the rebuying opportunity for Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin settles at the 31.8k, I will repeat that, we have many chances into seeing Bitcoin going to 31.8k. All right, so therefore this is what is going to happen. If I take into consideration the previous cycles and the fact that the low never reached the previous all-time high of the previous cycle, then I would stop personally around the 24k. All right, I would say that to 25 actually. I would say that we are probably going down here, having a lower shadow, then having an immediate huge buying pressure upon the 24k 34K. In the meantime, this is why this cycle is very complicated. Not only we had a lengthening cycle, but at the end of the day, what we are having right now is simply something that we cannot check in the previous cycles. Okay, if this is the end totally and we are going even further down, then yes, we are going to have the 80% correction, but we are violating one very important rule. On the other hand, for Ethereum against Bitcoin chart, you can see it is struggling so much. After forming the bearish pennant on the 4-hour frame we were talking about, right now you can see that it didn't even hold the 0.786 that I was thinking it would hold. Instead, we formed here a lower low, while we might have formed a higher low in the RSI. We will see about that though. We might be going into a bullish RSI divergence, but anyway, we have some time until we see the close. Maybe the support level could be the 0.065, and from there we go and form a nice bullish RSI divergence where we will be going even higher. I'm expecting Ethereum against Bitcoin chart to pump into the next few days before the weekly close, because I believe the BTC's dominance isn't this good and it has a great highly risk, and I think that we are going to correct for the BTC dominance, and therefore the altcoins dominance will prevail. That's why I'm thinking that Ethereum against Bitcoin chart will easily be going even higher. In the time being, for BTC against USDT chart on the 4-hour frame, right now what do we have is that we are struggling to get above the 20-day MA. This is what we are doing. You can see right here, this is the line and this is what we are struggling to do. We are struggling to see the 20-day MA and to go above the 20-day MA into the 50-day MA, the 30.4K. Alright, this is why BTC is struggling so much. And of course, what we want to do right now is to retest the 31.8K, the most important resistance level. Look at that, we found 2 times on the 28.7K buying pressure, and on the closing right here, we had a 28.715. Amazing stuff right there. That's why I'm thinking that BTC is not done yet and it will go massively to the 31.8K. This mini bullish RSI divergence will probably play out, but after that, after this level, I am not sure where are we going. We have to wait and see. Closing above will get us to the 35K and closing below will get us to probably the next support levels, in which we can always go back to the 24K. Do not forget to join our monthly subscription, Patreon/MindYourCrypto, and of course see you soon with many more videos. Bye.